What's liking people of the world? I am Raul Mancho, and I want to start with I want to share some stories with you guys. I spent 4 years in the Marine Corps, and I accumulated lots of stories, lots of experiences, met a lot of people, good, bad, whatever the definition of good and bad is. But I would say I've accrued a lot of experience, stories that just few people, people that are in the military in general can relate to, and something that can help somebody out there too. Let me see. How did I start? I joined the Marine Corps because I was bored. That's one. I just graduated high school, went to college for a semester. College was fun. Drinking, partying, not smoking, but fucking bitches. Yeah. And then after a while, it just became boring. And I believe it was also one part of it that I was raised by my grandmother. So when I came back from my first semester from college, my grandmother passed away. And so, I don't know, something just ticked me off. And I just said I'm going to join the military and just travel the world. And so I joined the military, and that was the beginning of that. That was the beginning of a journey that I never foresaw coming. But it was a journey that took me to places that I never thought I'd ever go. It took me to places that I'd wished for when I was younger. Like, hey, I would love to go to Australia. I would love to go to Asia. I didn't know what part of Asia, but being in the military, being in the Marine Corps, I went to lots of Asian countries. I probably have kids somewhere over there. No kids. I don't know. I might have like a black Chinese kid somewhere. Black Chinese. I don't know how you say it. A black Jackie Chan over there. But yeah. So he opened a lot of stuff for me. So gave me experiences that some dream of, and it gave me lessons that I carry around now, that I've learned. Just in general, discipline, how to think for yourself, and how to not think for others, but defend others as well, So I'd like to share some of them stories with y'all, and see where it goes. Not only military stories, just stories in general. I've been blessed in this lifetime to say I've lived in 2 continents at least, but I've been to 5 continents, I would say. Let me see. Africa, North America, Asia, Australia, 4. In Europe, 5. Yeah, Europe, 5. I haven't been to South America yet. Something I'd like to go there someday. And Antarctica, whatever. I can make it there. It'd be a great thing for me. But let me see, where can I start? How did I get into the Marine Corps? Bored. Okay, boredom. Boredom got me there. And it was in a rebellious phase too. Rebellious. I was being rebellious because, like, when I first moved to America here, like, my parents always compare me to my cousins and shit. Like, why can't you always be like XYZ? And I hate that. To today, I still hate that. I just hate comparison. Is like the thief of joy. I hate it very much. make it a point not to compare anybody to anybody else. I really hate that. It's like a biggest pet peeve of mine to compare somebody to somebody else. It grinds my nerves. So my parents suggested to me, like, I should join the military. And they helped me, pay for my schools, and I'll get like benefits and stuff when I get out. And I thought about it. I was like, nah, I don't want to join the military. So, and then when I decided to do it, I have a cousin that's in the Air Force. And then my dad was in the Army. So I joined the Marines because I know that there's always going to be that comparison, like, oh, why can't you do it like we did, like how I did it? So I did the Marine Corps so that nobody can ever say, well, this is what I did when we were in the Army or the Air Force. Because I'd be like, nah, I'm the only Marine that has done it. Now, I was naive a lot because, I was always in a hurry to go, to leave, to run away. So I joined the Marines, and my recruiter, he told me when I came to the office, he's like, how many pull-ups can you do? I was like, pull-ups. Got on the bar and I did 20 pull-ups. And he was like, oh, cool, you're qualified. So I had to go get the test. I took the test. I didn't do very well on the test. I didn't even do good. I did good enough to get in. But when I did enough to get in, I had few options, like a cook, a driver, and something else. And I was like, what? Nah, I'll take driving. Driving is my thing. I can drive all day. So I took driving, Model T, 3531. So, but my recruiter told me some stuff. He told me, he said, boot camp is like a 9-to-5 job. That's my own lie that he sold to me. He told me boot camp was 9-to-5 job, and you go to boot camp, you go to work, you wake up at 9, and then at 5 o'clock you guys are done, and then the rest of the night, and then you get up and do it again for 3 months. I was like, oh, that's not bad. So I had no idea at all. I didn't get up and say, let me do a research and see what the Marine Corps was like. No, the closest thing I'd ever seen the Marine Corps is like, before I went to boot camp, I went to the club one time and I saw Marines. They just graduated boot camp and they were like in their dress blues and stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm going to be one of those guys. It can't be that hard. So that was the closest. And the posters on the wall, and the commercials, the few, the proud, the Marines. Yeah, that's my shit. And just like that, I joined. So, like, now I got my locks on right now. When I joined, I had like a monster afro. My afro was huge. I had my afro, well, not that huge. It was this big. And then so, I went to the MEP station downtown Denver, and I got there and I swore in, did everything I needed to do, and then got one of the recruiters that was down there was like, "You really gonna wear a pink shirt to boot camp?" I had a pink shirt, because I used to love wearing pink, because back when I first came to America, you wore pink, they'll say you're gay, and I'm the kind of guy that likes to do the things that people tell me I can't do. That's part of my traits. Like, you say, well, only gay people wear earrings. I'll wear it. I know that I'm not gay, so I don't need to stay to the norm of what society defines on me. So when I was in school, in college for the semester, I went to the mall and I found this shirt, and he said it was a pink shirt, and he said, "Keep laughing. This is your girlfriend's T-shirt," and that was my favorite T-shirt ever. So I wore that to the MEP station down in Denver, and the recruiter was like, "Huh, okay, boot camp is going to be so fun for you," and I thought I didn't read that he was being sarcastic. I thought he was just like, he meant it, like genuinely. Like everything my recruiter told me, I took it for heart for some reason. He told me it's a 9 to 5 job. I'm going to travel the world. Like you just get up, they're going to put you in a unit where you just travel the world if that's what you really want to do. I was like, yeah, that's what I do. That's what I want to do. So after a while, when I went there, the guy was like, oh, you're going to love boot camp. I didn't know what he meant. So I get on the plane. I sat there, I met some friends. They'd already told us, like, it's hard to make friends in the military. Not because the people in the military are bad, but because, like, you can make a friend today and then he or she gets sent to a different unit. Or you can meet some people at the MEP station and then that's it. And that's all you ever do. You run into them into boot camp, maybe run into them when you get to the fleet. But apart from that, some friends, you never see them again. Like some friends I met in boot camp, I've never seen them or heard from them again ever. It's just because that's just how the military is. That's just how the Marine Corps experience is, to some. And at that time, it wasn't when we had like cell phones like now, where we have like unlimited minutes and stuff. Things have changed a lot now. But I get in the plane, boom, I'm happy, I'm excited for boot camp. I want to get away, I want to go do my own thing, It's time for me to pave my own path and shit. I get to boot camp. Not boot camp, I get to the San Diego airport. Now, I'm in Colorado, so people from the Midwest, depending what part of the Midwest you are, you go to the West, you go to boot camp in MCRD. And then the rest of them go to Camp Lejeune, right? Yeah, Camp Lejeune. So, so I got there, and then boom, I get to the airport, and I'm like, I get to the airport. I see this drill instructor. Now, again, I'm going to emphasize that I didn't know nothing about boot camp. I'd never watched any. The only military movie that I ever watched was Stripes. And I only watched it because there was like nude scenes in there, and that's the only thing I really wanted to watch. But, titties, right? That's the only reason why. I never got the concept of going to boot camp or what boot camp was all about and all that stuff, so I had no idea. Literally a jar head, nothing in my head, nothing at all. So I get there, boom, this is drill instructor. He's got this round hat, and he's dressed in his camis and shit. He just sat there, just like, are you here for he didn't say boot camp. Boot camp was not a word. He's like, are you here for recruit training? And I just look at him, and I look back. There's nobody behind me. And then he says it again. I just ignore him. That's the worst mistake I made. And this dude chewed my ass at the airport. He's like, I don't know why. I was like, yo, nobody prepared me for this part of boot camp. So I'm in like shock. I'm like, what the fuck did I just get myself into? And I still have my big afro and my pink shirt that says, keep laughing, this is your girlfriend's t-shirt. Now, I get to he tells me there's a bus. He takes me to the bus where it takes us to the MCRD Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego. So we get in there, and then so I get to the bus, and everybody has their head between their legs, and I'm just sitting there. One of the guys says, "Hey, you should ride shotgun." I'm like, fuck no. This motherfucker just chewed my ass in the airport in front of everybody. He's gonna murder me if he came here and I was sitting in the front. So I sat there, put my head down, and then he comes in I don't know if he was the one that drove or who somebody else drove, but you don't remember that shit because your head is stuck between your legs. So I just remember like how they're speeding, boom, boom, taking us from street to street. I believe that sometimes they were just driving around and around and around so that, you get confused. You don't know where you are. I've never been to San Diego. That's my first time. So I don't really have any clue or idea or orientation. Which way is north, which way is south, I have no idea. And now there's already that fear and that panic. And there's the anxiety like, oh shit, what the fuck did I just sign myself up to? So that being said, we get to MCRD. We get in there. They take away all of our things, all of our civilian gears. They run us into the barber shop real quick, and then the guy goes, "Hey," he's like, "Keep laughing. This is your girlfriend's T-shirt, huh? You're a funny guy, aren't you? You're a very funny guy." I was like, "There's no laughter." There's no laughter because dude was pissed. The first guy already introduced me to some shit that I wasn't expecting. And then so I get in the chair. He goes, not him, but the barber. He goes, "I like your afro. How long have you been growing it for?" I was like, "Oh, you know how The Rock says, it doesn't matter, right?" That's exactly what it was like. It's like, "Oh, I've been growing it for I. You hear people just screaming because first, right? I'll get into it as we progress. It's like I. You don't use I in boot camp. You don't. You really don't. So we get there and we just go I. And I say, "Oh, but this recruit." That's how it starts. It's this recruit. Nobody cares about your name. Your name is this recruit. I mean, they call you everything in boot camp except for your name sometimes, right? They can call you dick face, cock breath, hey you, hello you, everything in the books except your name sometimes. And we'll get into it. I've got some great stories to share with you. But so we get there and dude is mad. I sit on the chair. He goes, "Well, are you gonna miss your afro?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Good. That was a correct answer." Shaved my hair in like 10 seconds. Like, whoa. No fade or nothing. I don't give a fuck about fades. Nah. So, got in there, went and got all of our stuff. Gave us some go fasters. Now, that's how they call sneakers in boot camp. Go fasters, because you run in them, they make you go faster. So get there, man. I'm looking around now. They haven't put us in a platoons yet, so we're just like meeting. These are the people that you've met before. So they took us somewhere. We went and slept. Before we slept, we went and used the restroom. The first time, remember, they put us like 90 to 100 people in this one shower, and everybody's naked. I was just like, yo, I'm not going to get used to this. And even the guy next to me was like, bro, I'm not going to get used to this. I was like, yeah, like it's too many dicks, one brother to check out. So, but you get used to that shit real quick. So I got into boot camp. My first day, my first experience were not the best. I got my feet on the yellow line, on the yellow footprints. Every Marine knows that. Not even only Marines, like everybody that goes to boot camp. It don't matter what branch, Air Force, Army, Navy, Marine Corps. So everybody remembers the yellow footprints. So there. And I was just like, man, this is going to be fun. And then I remember somebody telling me, it was like, it's going to be 3 months of this. I was like, 3 months of this? What the fuck? And then my brain went into this, how everybody does it. It's not just me. Your brain goes into panic mode, because your brain wants to protect you. I'm thinking 3 months. Yo, that is 90 days of this. And it's always been like, people have already been yelling at me, spitting in your face and shit. It doesn't matter what what you are, where you come from, and then there's no getting out. There's no getting out. There's no getting out. So you look, it's like you fall in the deep end of the pool. Not even pool, but the ocean. You look to your left, there's nothing. No boat is coming to save you. You look to your right, there's nothing. No boat is coming to save you. You look in front of you, nothing is coming to save you. You look behind you, and then there's nothing coming to save you. The only thing that can save you now is you. It's that you have to discipline your mind. Listen to instructions. Pay attention. And remember that now you're not only in here by yourself, but now you have to collaborate, cooperate with everybody else, with all the people around you. You can make enemies or you can make friends. You can be an island and sink, or you can be a continent and float. Shit that's just going through my mind. I'm just like, yo, a million miles. I'm listening. I'm like, this is not a 9 to 5 thing. My drill instructor, not drill instructor, but my recruiter lied to me. I'm listening to everybody around. Also, they're saying the same shit. Oh man, my recruiter told me something different. And I was naive to be like, yo, I didn't do any research or nothing, and this can go also to say, sometimes when we're in a rush to get into something or to get out of something, we rush so fast that we don't look at where our next step is going to be, which can play for you and against you. Like they say, when the moment doesn't feel right, it's good to jump. That's right. But sometimes you might have to look at where you're jumping. If the moment doesn't feel right and you're jumping into a place where it's got snakes and knives, you're going to actually hurt yourself. You shouldn't do it if you can be patient. Now, I'm not saying that I regret going into the Marine Corps prematurely. Hell no. One of the best things I ever did in my life was joining the Marine Corps. One of the best things I ever did. And that is why I'm here today, saying you and I are going to go through this journey together. I'm going to share some stories with you, and it doesn't have to necessarily be about the Marine Corps, but it's just going to be my journey and the process. So that is me going to boot camp. Next, we're going to talk about boot camp and shit. All right? So, thank you for being here with me. And if you got some questions, just leave them in the comment there. I'll answer them for you. Next time we're gonna continue with this. This is gonna be a Marine Corps journey and shit. All right. I am Raul Mancho. You can call me Mr. Mancho. All right, people of the world. Until next time, I say unto thee, ta-ta, peace.